Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So as the title suggests, is General Hospital gearing us up for a new Michael? Now, I I guess the jury's still out if we're gonna get back Chadwell. I don't think so, but I guess we'll see. I don't think it's most likely, but I've seen the guy who played him, Noah. Um, we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But if it is him from YNR, I'm here for it. We need a new Michael. That's just the bottom line. Now, let's sit there and get in the roll call. Let's get this started. Black Minds in the chat, how you doing tonight? GH Band is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Ed is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Black Mind, aka Mr. GQ. Amy's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Tommy's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Spiderquake is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Tracy Steve's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Wink Wink is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Spiderquake says, "Hey, episode I didn't care for, only cared about the Lulu and only cared about my Lulu, and I hope she tells Dante." And Curtis is overreacting. Wink Wink says, "Underwhelming." Quick says, "The gays today I enjoy. I thought Chelsea was out of line with Danny." Black Ma, I'm doing good. How are you doing today? I was actually off, so I'm actually doing pretty well. Pretty damn swell, actually. Darby's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Now you know how we do. Um, at the Blankets in the chat. How you doing tonight? You know how we do. There's one of me. There is 22 people in this chat. I am not going to think at every comment. So just understand that. Be cool with that. Have some patience. And we're gonna have a good time. I'm good. I'm doing good, Tommy. I'm glad you actually saw my review on Beyond the Gates. I've been doing that. I've been actually putting that out a lot more. Um, it's good to see you, Spiderquake. It's good to see you, Darby. Darby, you've been missed. Ryan says, "Do you think that Rory will be a good Michael? Actually, feeling better and better about it." I've seen him on. I've seen him on The Young and the Restless. I think he's better. I think he's better than what you call it. I would say that much. I think he's better than the other guy who replaced him. I think his character on The Young and the Restless was very underwhelming, and that's what my concerns is. But I think if they do it right, I think he could actually be good. As says, I saw your review. I saw your Jace review and watching it now. I do agree with you, Brooklyn. Comment with you, Brooklyn's comment because the actress has better outfit. Yeah, outfits on Gossip Girl and One Like to Live. Oh, she was on Gossip Girl? Hey, you said this. I don't remember her on Gossip Girl. That's interesting. This Michael looks like he's wanting revenge. Oh, you saw him in that private plane, right? Dory says, as much as I want you to take care of everyone's questions, you better take care of mine first. Ooh, I love it. I think Cat Lady has been a bad influence in you. Wingren says this guy is not going to give us the ruthless Michael we want. He's soft as Kevin. How do you feel bad? What's the question, Tommy? How do you feel bad about what you call it? Oh, I know. Amber, how you doing? Tommy says, how do you feel about Eva? I understand where Eva's coming from. I saw the episode yesterday. I didn't get a chance to review it, but like her relationship with her mother is very complicated. It's very complicated. Um, so I can't sit. It's not one of those things I can be like, damn girl, why don't you sit there and just leave your mom? You know. You know, this is the reason why her and Tomas is bonding. You know? As far as Chelsea could sit there and F herself with a Spike Yoda. Just gonna be, oh, where the hell's my goddamn music at? Yeah, no, she can F herself with a Spike Yoda. She was one. She was one of the girls in Blair's crew. Ed, I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Thank you, Ed. Darby says, "How do you feel about Xander whooping Phillips' ass?" I mean, it was definitely over the top, and it also seemed kind of stupid too. Like that he knew that he was gonna get caught. Like he just came across as more of a blockhead, really. Season 4, thank you, Ed. Philip deserved it, plus Sarah got me mad. Okay, sorry getting you mad. I kind of understand. What's good, Ronnie Ron? Joy Chris says, how do you feel about Curtis? I understand why he's upset though. You have to understand something, Spider Quake. She put both of them in jeopardy. She put both of them in jeopardy. She was in season 1 to season 4. Okay, thank you. Demetria love or hate Xander and Sarah as a couple or individually. The fallout scenes was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good, Jonathan. Yeah, that's what I was going to kind of. Okay, so Spider Quick, how would you have reacted? Because you're saying that he overreacted, right? So how would you have reacted? He's literally going to break up with Portia over that. Did he say he was going to break up Portia over that? Is that what he said? It definitely does. Yeah, I'm glad you did. I didn't. I skipped through all the performances, so I don't know. Like I'll take your word for it, Ed. I would have been mad, but I would have implied is not the same thing as saying it. All he said was you ruined our marriage. That didn't sound like he broke up or he threatened to break up. Whatever he said that you ruined our marriage. That's your interpretation. And that's the reason why you're thinking that he's over the top, because you're interpreting that. Curtis lied to Portia about Miss Wu, so he's the only one. Exactly, yes. Yes. Exactly, right. That's my whole thing. Like she sat there and she could have, and the thing is, again, she put both of them in a compromising position. You know, like she can go to jail and he could be implicated in it. At the very least, you honestly think that people are going to sit there and trust whatever he publishes moving forward? Now that he knows about what she did, his career is practically done. And granted, I understand that that's your marriage is more important, but she put him in a very bad position now. Like that's my whole thing. Yeah, Jonathan, that's the thumbnail. That's yeah. That's why I specifically put that thumbnail there. Ryan says, I want Philip to press charges against Xander, but he's not because of the forgery. He can also go to jail. That's very true. And yes, Tommy, YNR, I don't know what that, YNR was on vacation. YNR was on effing vacation. Oh my goodness. And you know what? Here's the thing. Michael's a goddamn idiot for listening to for listening to his dingbat. No, I'm sorry, his annoying, nagging, difficult wife. Wing says, I thought of you that I I thought you put that picture up Noah because he died young. As said, yeah, I don't know. Pauline was getting kind of annoying to be honest. Um, Johnson said the actor is 8 years younger than Chad. He's younger than the actress who plays Christina. Hmm, that's not going to work chronologically. I get what you're saying about that. Of course, Cam should have been about Michael's age, but we're not gonna really sit there and kind of digest that. Um, I'll say this much about General Hospital. Johnson was annoying today. Johnson was just, I can't with that girl some days. Ron says, "Were you happy that Gabby fired Harvey, or was she being a hypocrite?" I wasn't happy that she fired her. I wasn't happy that she. I wasn't happy that she fired him because she was being nasty and rude the first 10 minutes of that episode. I didn't like Javi. If Javi was not there getting um was listening to Leo about quietly quitting, which I don't even think some people know what quietly quitting is, and that's why he had to sit and explain himself. But I'm just like, he did also say that he quits, but I'm like, well, what are you going to do now for work? You're just going to be essentially a bum snip there listening to what you call it. Okay, I'm just going to call you tag. I actually laughed along with Josh say. I'm just waiting for Friday. I think that is Michael will show his face. Yeah, Ryan. My point is, I get what you're saying, but she annoyed me. Okay, she annoyed me. And she usually annoys me. She starts getting up in Mike when she starts getting up in Willow's face. And the reason why she annoyed me this time was because she didn't need to do that. She didn't need to sit there and go in the woman's bathroom and start arguing with her. It's like she sat there and she just picked a fight just because. Like it was annoying. Tanya, yeah, he did. And I didn't think that he should have probably did that, honestly, Jonathan. But um, my point is that she just sat there. Is that she didn't have to. She just went in and just to pick a fight. And then when she sat there and said, "Well, you're not taking Michael's kids," I was like, technically, sweetheart, they're not just Michael's kids. Okay, they are Willow's kids as well. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there saying. It was unnecessary. You didn't have to do that. Demetrius said Jocelyn always have been annoying. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I trust me, Demetrius. I get that. And it's not the saying, well, you're not taking Michael's kids. Technically, they're both of their kids. And I think a lot of times when she says that, and when what you call it says that, it's just like even when Carly was sitting there saying, I was like, they're not just. Even when she was confronting Nina and said, "Well, I got to get my grandkids out of there," it was like, well, they're not just your grandkids, though, are they? They're also Nina's grandkids as well. So it's like we're not going to sit there and play that game. That's what we're not going to do. Yeah. Um. But see, you saw my video though, right? And like this is the reason. It's like she isn't just flawed. And what's good, Sean? She isn't just flawed. Lois is prettier than Lulu. Okay. Okay, that's good to know, Sean. Thank you. But that's the thing, though. She isn't just flawed. Like this is the reasoning. She's like 30 something years old. And then the first thing she said was, I only did that because she provoked me. She goaded me into doing it. I'm like, you're 30 something years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would expect that type of behavior from Jocelyn, not somebody who is. That's the reason why when she got up in Jocelyn's face, when she got up in Jocelyn's face, and they were arguing at that party or whatever, when she was pregnant, it was like, this is just so out of pocket because it's like, um, you're having this grown ass woman that's not there going back and forth with somebody who is barely 21. If it was Lexi, it would have, it optics wise, it would have looked better. Johnson says Ariana seems like she'd be more level headed than her mother, Gabby, and she was only on for 5 years. That's true. And that's the thing, though, Jonathan. Like she she fired she fired Javi and then realized that she was wrong for that because Ariana texted her like, "Hey, listen, my flight's going to be in early," and so she was like, "Okay, I'll apologize to him later on." But I'm like, you shouldn't have been talking to him that way, and you damn sure shouldn't have had sat there and fired him. Like, damn, why don't you sit there and be like, "Hey, how come you didn't pick up my daughter?" Yogi says, "You're right, Albert. That was the dumbest excuse. It's almost as bad as saying the devil made me do it." Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Well, she provoked me. She pushed me into doing it. So you unaliving someone? That's like seriously? What's good, Dolomitics? Ron says, "Why is Julie mad? Why is Julie mad about understanding that Doug is a thief? She wasn't happy that he was in Salem, but I don't think she ever getting back that necklace." Yeah, that's the thing, Wayne. But yeah, Ron, that's another thing. Julie don't own Salem. Julie does not own Salem. Well, you tell Roman that as long as you're here, I'm not coming to the pub. And okay, you're not coming to the pub. I'm not gonna sit there and break my neck to sit there and tell him that. Like, honestly, tell you the truth, I was like, Julie, why don't you sit there and go back to the house and take a nap or something? Tommy says, why is even not telling Jacob the truth about Leslie? What truth? I mean, she literally said what she saw happen. She didn't actually, because, I mean, that's what she saw. She didn't see Leslie run Law off the road. When she got back home, she didn't see her. So she didn't actually lie about anything. As says, I put the actress that played Joss is almost 22, but I get it because the actress playing Christina looks too seasoned to be acting like this. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get that, Ryan. I do, but it's you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't just sit there and decide you want to off somebody because they started poking at you. Oh, I'm gonna sit there and slap somebody in the face because they said something mean to me. Hey, come on, seriously, you're a grown ass adult. That's not how you move. Leslie told Eva she ran her off the road. I don't remember. You might be right, Tommy. I don't remember that. Dominic says Julian is a Horton and Hortons are notoriously full of themselves. They think they're perfect. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, girl, go back to your damn house and take a nap. Like, you're doing too much. Oh, yeah, you're right, Jonathan. She is coming back. Ryan says, wait a minute. That's exactly what you said when Nina slapped Carly. I don't remember saying that. Sean says, Albert, if Lexi was still playing Christina, I would never buy that they can fight. Ava is pretty tall. I don't get it. What's good? What's good, Eagle? Is Michael back or is it Spencer that was in a limo? Okay. What's good, Eagle? Johnson says, "What did you think of Maggie visiting?" Let me think. I wrote that down. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of annoyed me. If I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan, it annoyed me because it wasn't that long ago where she sat there saying all sorts of shit about him. Um, telling him to get out and you need to leave and everything like that, and like she was just really kind of getting on him. And I'm like, I get that he kind of screwed up and put your daughter in a compromising position, but my whole thing was like, you're not even giving. What's good, Susan R? You're not even giving Sarah half of that. That you're so the fact that she sat there and sat by her at the hospital, I don't know. I was kind of annoyed. I was like, that's not the type of event you was sent there giving you was giving him earlier. And I get and I get that you can say things in the heat of the moment at one point, but then feel some way about someone else, like if they're hurt or if they're injured or whatever. But what's good, Langston? I didn't care for the nurse's poor performance on Jade. Yep, that's right, Albert. I didn't either. Langston, I'm sorry. I can't. I still can't use your first name. Okay, because I'm gonna be sounding like a crazy. Well, I'm gonna be sounding more crazier. 'Cause I was gonna sit there and say I'm gonna sound like a crazy person, but I'm gonna sound. Fuck it. I still already sound like a crazy person. What's good, Langston? That's what I did yesterday. A little bit. I was looking. What's good? What's good, Francis? As you said something earlier. Oh, Ryan, you said basically you thought that Carly deserved it because she was running her mouth, therefore she provoked her. I see what you're saying. Yes, thank you. Today's episode of Day showed why Xander and Sarah have never been compatible. But see, there's something else though, right, Jonathan? Oh shit. Francis says 36 in the chat, only 12 like. Yo, 37 people. Gotta hit the like button. It does seriously help out. Just finished GH and Geo told Dante, what are you looking at? You don't respect me. So yeah. Wait, that was today? Okay, I will sit there and say I I didn't like one second, Ron. I didn't like when Dante got up in Geo's face like that because Brooklyn was sitting there singing this man's praises. And the only thing that Dante did was just sit there and look at him with this really ug mug, like you ain't shit kind of look. And I'm like, oh yes, Ed, yes, you're correct. Dominic says leave it to GAs to write off or kill off nearly all their most vocally talented cast members and still have the audacity to call it the nurses' walk. Facts. And thank you, Francis. Yes, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does show. Try something. Maybe I'll try it towards the end. Um, Ron says, why would Doug tell Julie he's saving up to buy the necklace back? There's no necklace anymore. He was saying it to be nice. He was saying it to be nice. What's good, Kevin? Who do you think That Lulu, everybody will be mad at Lulu or exposing Brooklyn's secret. What's good, Pathfinder? Pathman. I'm gonna have to dissect that comment later on. Hold on. Francis says, "What do you think about old Noah as?" I mean, is it a definite? No. It's at this point, it's not. It was never confirmed by any major outlet, so I don't think it's confirmed yet. So I wouldn't sit there and say it's a definite. But you know, I'm kind of okay with it, Francis. I mean, I gotta sit there and see how. I know who you are. I know it's shy you are. But it hasn't been like officially announced. So I don't want to sit there and say it is or not. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest about. Um. Oh, okay, cool, Eagle. I may have to go and check that out. What's good, Taiwan? Did he come out? What the? What did you say? What? But yes, Eagle. I have to sit there. Thank you for letting me know, Eagle. Also, Mission Impossible is coming out next next week, so I gotta see that first. J Blue says I'm listening in on my way home. Is this picture of the new Michael? Fuck. Belmax says how do you write off Brad and TJ who can actually sing before the nurses ball? And I hope the actress who play Amy and Dion just say no to coming back next year. Nurses. Wait, they didn't use them? I mean, they didn't use Amy because the chick can actually sing. Oh shit. Well, see, here's the thing though, right? If he does play Michael, will be a strong role. Okay, here's my thing about Chad Dole. Chad Dole is a decent actor. Chad Dole, like the Michael cat, like they made the stories better for Michael, right? They only they only brought out Amy and Dion for Nurses Ball. Oh, they only use him for the Nurses Ball. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Francis says, "Well, see, that's the thing though, Francis, is that Chad Duell is not a amazing. Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna get to that next. Thank you. Chad Duell is not an amazing actor, right? So to be honest, there's not really a high bar for. There's not that much of a high bar for the Michael role. Like the dollar version, the really terrible guy who played Michael wasn't great, but so that's a low bar. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right? And I'm not sitting there saying he's a terrible actor. I think he's a decent actor. So the bar, but he's not like, oh my god, he knocks it out the goddamn park. So yeah, I don't know if that answered the question, Francis. As Stephanie Hart may have been. Yo, Stephanie's not. Thank you, Ed. Stephanie is another chick that annoyed me today. Stephanie annoyed the shit out of me. Stephanie is like that chick that says, "I'm just very strongly opinionated," and I'm like, okay, but your opinion wasn't necessary. I'm very overprotective of Chad. Again, your opinion was not necessary. You're being a goddamn busybody and shit. That's not your damn business. She shouldn't even have actually said that. Okay, thank you, Francis. I wanted to make sure I actually did answer your question thoroughly. Eagle says Stephanie got over her boyfriend that was killed in 2 episodes for her current boyfriend now. She just, it wasn't her place. And she sat there and said, I know this is not my place, but you're going to sit there and insert yourself in a position that wasn't your fucking place. That's what annoyed me. That's what annoyed the hell out of me, if we're going to be honest. And it's weird because it's like all the shows, even B&B, there was characters that just annoyed me or moments that just annoyed me for B&B. It was Daphne and it was Brooke because Brooke is still being pathetic. Brooke is still being, and like, yeah, that's right, Wink. And guess who decided to act like a jackass? Her annoying ass daughter Chelsea. If you get a chance, watch my review and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Daphne is annoying. Daphne's been annoying from day one. Not the pot calling the kettle. I'll get to that. Okay. I'm not even gonna sit there and argue that comment, Ryan. I mean, I'm gonna say something in a minute, but Ed says Albert Lexi, who played Christina, I think she's a really good actress. I just wish she was used more. See, that's the thing, though. Ed, see, this is something that I don't think that you know, but um, I heard she wasn't really available. Like on her end, she wasn't really available to do some of the stuff that G's needed her to do. And I think that's another reason why they decided to just get another actress. Liam is annoying. Liam is annoying. I come care. He is. Oh, okay. Yeah, she wasn't. She purposely was not available. That was on her. So, but I get what you're saying. Wink says, I saw your thumbnail behind the gates and was like, what the hell? Everybody is kissing him. This week was Diego and now Danny. Yeah, no, she did want to leave. Yeah, she did want to leave J Blue, but she was doing other stuff. And the thing is, people assumed, and I assumed, like, yo, why they not using her more? And it was because she was not available. She was doing other things. But yeah, Wink. But she kissed Pam to cheer her up because in reality, Diego, he did it to make Vanessa jealous. He didn't do it because he was into her. She was feeling kind of down about herself and having this little mini penny pity party. So Danny decided to kiss her to cheer her up, and Bill was sitting there assuming that Danny kissed her to make him jealous, like he's the center of the universe. And Chelsea's dumbass just heard what Bill said, so she went off on her on some high horse bullshit. So it's has drowned out this geo particularly through. Oh, you drawn out this particular geo story for too long. Dominic says, "How did you feel about Danny today? She felt like the most reasonable person today." Next, that's true. That I will sit there and say yes. She was actually the most reasonable one. I'll say it in 1 second. Yes, I'll say it after I read Ron's comment. But yeah, she was. She sat there and yeah. And Naomi, actually, to tell you the truth, Naomi actually has some really good points to that. Say today. And after I get to Ryan's comment, I will sit there and say that. Ron says, "Do you think that the reason the actor playing Thomas don't want to come back, or is Do you think that the reason the actor playing Thomas don't want to come back, or is something going on behind the scenes? No, I don't know the reason why he's not coming back, and there could be things behind the scenes. You know, we'll never know, unfortunately. Oh, like I said, Ryan, I don't like Portia. Okay, I said that before, and I'll sit there and say it again. I don't like Portia, and I'm totally cool. I'm totally cool with Drew burning her life down to the goddamn ground because that's how blackmail works. I don't care if she likes it or not. She did the crime, and now she has to sit there and deal with the consequences of it. So that's my thing. You can disagree, and you can have your reasons, and you don't like Drew, and I get it. But Sean said Gio paternally proved he's a better character than Dex. Okay. Domex says I actually like seeing Danny with her daughters. They actually kind of grounds her, and she thinks of their feelings first. I like the contrast of her as a good mom and Leslie being a garbage mom. I can get on about that. Wait, wait. Hold on, let me take a break. Hold on. Yes, the actor playing Jill is learning how to act. Well, in my Victor Newman voice, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. As I live in, he got he got all buffed out too. It's the one and only JLJ Media. Oh, I must have did something right to sit there and get on your radar. Wow, got a celebrity up in the building. Johnson says, "What did you think of the awkward red carpet interviews yesterday?" Oh, I fast forward through them. I I didn't care for it, and I don't think I actually really talked about it in my review. That's right, people. JOJ Media, aka Jabot, is up in this chat. Holy shit. Either I'm doing something really right. Actually, I don't have a contrast to that, but that's right, Ron. It's JOJ Media. I should probably be on my best behavior, but I won't. Holy shit. It must be kind of early out there. And JLJ Media says Beyond the Gates is the best soap opera right now. Samuel actually said the same thing. Samuel actually, yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck that. I'm getting that sense from you because there's been times where you won't sit there and review The Young and the Restless. Um, fuck it, hold on. Let everyone sit there and say what's up to JLJ Media and be hospitable for a hot minute. Seriously, let's everyone sit there and say what's up to James. I mean, hell, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be doing these live streams, if we're going to be honest. I actually started doing them because of, well, yeah. What do you want to know? That's right. Everyone say what's up to James. Yeah, Ryan. I would just start. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I did start these streams because of you. So I will always give you that respect. Always. That's right. You started it all. Ed says Jocelyn was a mini Carly today, and Willow Hannah herself just wish Drew stopped with the coming to the rescue because she's dealing with another woman, not a crazy chick or some man in the bathroom. That's true. Yeah, well, I got to sit there and give credit where credit's due and respect where respect is due. You know, we may go about things in a different way, but we'll leave it at that. But you know, you got me started on this. I'll always tip my hat to you in that regard. And James says Drew should not have gone in the bathroom. Yeah, that's that's true. And like Ed did sit there and say like she didn't need rescuing. Like it wasn't the worst thing in the world. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. Like I said, I'm all for Drew burning down Portia's life. That's gonna make me smile. I may actually have a drink in the daytime. I normally don't wait until like after 5 o'clock, but if he burns her life down and it starts to crumble, I may have to sit there and have a shot a little bit early. I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Ryan says, "What's with this hate of Portia? I hate Portia. I don't hate Portia. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't do hate. I may dislike a character, but I would never sit there and say I have a hate for Portia. What's good, Duan? Now, James says Portia is not my favorite character, but Drew is worse. Yeah. Ron says, why would Sean tell Bella anything about the drug stolen? Um, he he didn't. He didn't sit there and like, what are you talking about? He didn't. James says, I'm just saying, Beyond the Gates is the best soap these days. Yeah, they do with me too. They do it. They do with me too. That's very true, James. They do with me too. There's 1 minute they General is killing it, and next is Dave is actually on top, and I watch all five. So like they constantly are rotating. Monique, Portia brung this on herself. Even Ava told her to tell Curtis the truth. Now she dug in even worse and deep. Yeah, I just never liked her. There was just things that she did that was annoying. I think the latest thing she was doing was with Brad. Like she was bullying the shit out of Brad. This is before Brad started to blackmail her. Like she had a hard on from Brad the minute that he got there, and was just being all sorts. Even Stella was like, "I, you might want to sit there and kind of chill out on the whole going at Brad sideways." Exactly, Tack. Exactly, you're right. I'm still so surprised that James actually stopped by. But I gotta sit there and stop up in there when you get some time to sit there and do your morning shows. That says so John's about to be written off, and who would you want to see come back for the funeral? Uh, I'm not sure. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not even looking forward to the funeral. So I can't even sit there. I can't even answer that question. That's something I'm not looking forward towards that. So you feel like the way Drew is treating Portia is karma? Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I figured that, not to sit there and toot my own horn, but I figured that. Nah, but it's cool that you stopped by because you didn't have to. I mean, hell, there could have been like a million different things that you could have done. So I appreciate it. Johnson says, "What do you think will happen with the Mirror Titan after the fallout with Xander and Philip? Maybe Kristen will come in. Maybe Kristen will come in and sit there. I think somebody said that a couple of days ago. Maybe Kristen will sit there and come in. Kristen will come in. But no, I figure it's because he was bored. Of course, I am among the most entertaining. Among, not just saying the best. Oh, you said that. Okay. Among the best when it comes towards live streaming these soap streets. But I did learn from you though. So Tech said this summer is going to be sad for GH. Well, I mean, it's going to be. It's not just. Well, yeah, GH is one. Yes, GH is one. Days is another. And that's what I would like Days to recast Sophia's character again. I don't even. Yeah. You're not feeling the others. You're not feeling the other Sophia. I get it. Happy night, Tanya. Uh, James says Lou is team too much. I want everyone to hate her after the Geo reveal comes out. I don't blame you. What's good, Dave? Damn, how are you? Listen, here's the thing. I hope that damn, how old is Doug? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm going with this, right, Jonathan? Dave says the only thing I found good about GSA was Jill's violin solo. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? I will say this much though. When I saw, and I'm assuming it's Michael in the private jet coming back, I'm fucking hyped. Okay, I am hyped. I was so hyped. Just if because he's sat there watching this whole thing. Can't wait till Michael shows up. Exactly. Dude came back on a private jet on a goddamn mission, and I'm here for that, Ryan. You know how I feel about Michael, but when Michael gets serious and he's ready to go, it's going to be a goddamn show. I will say that much. I may talk shit about Michael sometimes, but that's going to be one hell of a show when he comes back. And I might even be right. That's right. That's what. Yes, that's what I said. Say what's up to James. We got a goddamn celebrity up in here. By the way, and I knew I forgot to say something. I did. Well, they have like a preview. And long story short, I saw you do a scene with Sean Caden. I don't remember what it was, like an Amazon sort of thing, and Carol Hennessy was in it. I don't remember what the show was called, um, but I did see you do a scene with him in the show. I might have to look up the name of the show, but I always meant to tell you that, and I kept forgetting for like the life of me. What you said, I don't think you dislike what you just not help me. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, Ryan. Like, I'm when I saw that scene, I was hyped. I'm Sean K's show. Oh yeah, Studio City. Yes, that's what it is. It's on Amazon. Okay. Oh, you was on season 2, episode 2. Okay, that's where I saw that from. I remember you was talking about it in one of your live streams, and I went to it. See, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to watch Everyone Love How I Was. I just wish they didn't break it up the way that they did, because it's like you have to pay for episodes. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, James, I would have actually sat there and watched it if you didn't have to pay for like the individual episodes. I don't know if that changed. I was going to submit for the Emmys, and they dropped that category. That's BS. I have to go back up to the studio. Say I have to go back. No, fuck it. Hold on. I will get to it in 1 second. Okay. I just want to take a screenshot of that. I'm gonna look it up again tonight, because like my issue I had was that they broke it up into. There we go. Is that they broke it up into individual episodes. Like we had how they did it. That's why I was like, I want to sit there and watch it, but I'm like, I don't want to pay for individual episodes. Like, why? Like, that's just. Uh, but I'm gonna check on it today, see if that changed. Yes, he is, LaShawn. I forgot what time, but he is on now. That's a good question about Doug's age. He did drop out of high school. They never said his age. I know how old the actor they played him, but not the character. Yes, I assume it wasn't his choice. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, hopefully they changed it, because like I would watch it. I would at least watch the first. Exactly, Janet. Exactly. We got a goddamn celebrity up in the chat. Do we have confirmation on Michael's replacement? I'm gonna say no so far. Um, don't worry, Janet. Maybe one day I'll sit there and take his place as the new royal king. One day. Wink, wink. Um, it would be awesome if Michael appeared on stage in the video exposing all Drew and Willow's secret, even exposing the video of them getting. I want him to. I want him to see again. I want him to sit there and do a. I ain't going anywhere anytime soon. That's true. It's true. So you the king for now. You know. Don't get too comfortable though. Don't get too comfortable. Um. But yeah, Ryan. I mean, yeah. Ed. It's because I'm not gonna lie. Ariana, she looks a little kind of on the young side, and Doug. I mean, people are used to saying that he's kind of a groomer in a sense for helping out with Holly. We don't want to sit there and test that with Ariana. I'm just joking, James. You know me, always being a jokester. Ain't that right, Chad? Okay, I'm gonna stop being a dick now. But again, always sit there and credit James. Everybody knows that I credit James for me doing these live streams. I was just doing videos for a hot minute when I first started doing this stuff. I just had. That's true. That's true. And I did wish you a happy birthday. I'm sorry I didn't actually put it in my community tab, but I don't remember what I was doing, but I want to make sure I did wish you a happy birthday, though. Trust me, not to get too racy, but like a black man getting up there in that age, I'm in my early hundreds. No, but seriously, a black man actually making it to that age and this time and day and everything like that. Accomplishment. My last comment on the screen. Did you decide to ignore me? Oh no no no. But you know what I'm saying, James. Like without getting into too race detail, you know. I have to tell you. Ryan says I still want Michael to be a good guy, though. However, I want him to be a good guy who isn't going to take any more crap. Yeah, and you know what? And again, that's what I sat there and said. Like I don't have an issue. I had some issues with Ryan, with Michael to some extent, but yeah, I do want him to be a person to realize that being a nice guy hasn't always worked out for him. And sometimes you have to sit there and be a little more ruthless to get things done. Ron says, "Where is the necklace?" Because Doug telling Julie he's saving up. Maybe he's saving up to get another one. Like I don't know. I mean, the point is he shouldn't even. I get it. I get why he wants to make amends and stuff like that. I think that Julie is being upset, but she knows deep down that she still cares about him. I'm gonna sit there and try to be nice for a hot minute. I'm cool with that, Jonathan, because in all reality, why should you have to sit there and put up with an obnoxious woman who doesn't take accountability for her actions? Monique says, "Don't bother to watch B&B. It's the same dot." Well, yes, Monique. That's why Ron is always saying rinse and repeat. Pat says, "Do you think that Javi's going to try to be a firefighter now that he's not working?" Absolutely, and I hope so. I hope so. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, Ed, it was bad. It was bad, and unfortunately, there are people that's like that. There's people that's like that. That is homophobic, and yeah, and it sucks. It sucks. At the end of the day, I don't understand that. Like, I don't care if you're gay or straight. An asshole can be an asshole. Like seriously, a terrible person can be a terrible person, no matter what their sexual orientation is. I don't understand why it bothers people so much. I don't get that. I mean, people have a right to, like what they like and not like what they like, and I get it from both sides. But you shouldn't have to be an asshole about, you know, about that. Especially when it comes to like work and whatever. So, but I hope so though. And in all reality, I'm like, and Janice says, "Chat, do we like Willow's new hairdo?" I don't think people like Willow, but she says, "Do do we like Willow's new hairdo?" She looks pretty. She, she's a very pretty chick. She's pretty. Okay? She's a very pretty girl. I like it for a change, but I could see her getting extensions soon. Yeah, likes it. Okay. Johnson says, "Hopefully Days can bring Stefan back whenever, whether it's Brandon Brash paying him or a recast." And James says, "Hate Willow, but the actress hair is cute." I was like, "Yo, where's Jabal? I haven't seen Jabal in a hot minute. What's going on?" By the way, James, you're Jabal. I want to say that. I didn't like DC's cute nickname for you. He's good. JJ Media is Jabal. You know why we call him Jabal. DC makes me laugh. DC always makes me laugh. DC's my guy, and I gotta sit there and hit DC up too. He calls me all kind of names. Yeah. I call you Jabal. Okay, you are Jabal. Okay, you are you're the Jack Abbott, and I'm Victor Newman. Also, when you talk to Eric Braden, tell him I said hi, since he knows Eric Braden personally. Um, Ron says when Luna and Sheila on screen, that's where things are interesting. I don't give a f about this Liam supposedly dying, which is a waste of time. Yeah, and that's true. I mean, you're very colorful language, but yes, I know you did about four. You did four interviews with him, or three. I actually did watch them. I don't usually get a chance to watch a lot of interviews, but the one you did with Eric, I did watch, and Michelle Stafford, and I did clip that scene where you played that game. You was like the Young and the Restless, because it was some sort of word game. You was like the Young and the Restless has given you, and she's like money. Folks keep an eye on me for. Okay, all right. Now James says, folks keep an eye out for me and Maurice Bernard together soon. Are you going on State of Mind? Because you know I've been waiting for that shit for like at least a couple of years. When you said that you may be going on State of Mind, and usually that type of energy, like you know, for his show, I wouldn't generally tend to watch, but you're going State of Mind because I don't run because I don't. Listen, I think that Carly got to sit there and kind of mind her p's and q's around Nina. Carly don't want another ass whooping. Janice said, "JJ, you are a personal friend. Knows many of the sub actors." Okay. Well, I'll tell you this much, James. The channel will be keeping an eye out for that. Okay. When you go on there, we're gonna be watching. We are going to be watching. That's not nefarious. I mean, I want to watch it. So you do it. Watch. Well, Ron claims a lot of things. Ron has great fan fiction of me that I'm actually jealous of. I mean, Candace Mack is beautiful, but you know, I'm all about Cat Lady. All about my gorgeous Cat Lady. Now we're gonna be watching. We're gonna be watching. So, it was a little bit more than that. It was a little bit more than that. So he wants you and Candace Mack together. Yes. Yes, he does, James. He does. He's um he's a great writer. He's a great fan fiction writer. She got her channel. She is killing it. Actually, tell you the truth, she has more subscribers than me, and she has more subscribers than you. But that's not the point, though. Oh, actually, she got more subscribers than me, you, and Kyrie's Clark. So when you get a chance, definitely shout out Cat Lady because she is killing the game, and I have nobody to blame if I get a hangover. You're missing the point that Nina whooped Carly's ass. That's what you're missing because she shows clips of the show. Yeah, that's true. But she has good commentary on there, and you know, the clips help. But anybody can show clips, though. There's still a talent about what kind of clips you put up there and stuff like that. Oh, I know, Jenna. I be seeing you up in the comment section when I go on James' channel. Johnson says, I think the Nina and Carly fight was more of a draw. Come on, Michael Baldwin. Ron got a lot to say. Ron is my jester. He has a lot to say. How did she whoop her ass? She slapped her and wrestled with her. She slapped her around like a little schoolgirl. Okay, she slapped her around like a pimp. Okay, a cat lady be killing the game. That's my gorgeous queen. You all about yourself. You have a cardboard cutout cat lady, not a real person. Thank you, Ron, for exposing me. I appreciate that. And she whooped her ass. Okay, we're not gonna rewrite history. That's what we're not gonna do. Nina had one slap and then Carly slapped her back. And then Nina was gonna take her ass out with a goddamn candle. Carly sat there and thought that she was tough shit for years, that she would never get challenged, and she learned today. Okay, well, she learned Tuesday. I definitely, Ron says, ask JLJ Media a question if he wants both Luna and Sheila pregnant at the same time. Well, that's the question for you, James. Do you want both Luna and Sheila pregnant at the same time? Ed says, fans of Carly not going to admit that Carly lost the fight. I have a love hate for both characters, but I'm glad Nina showed. There we go, Ed. There we go. I think that might have been the most important comment of the goddamn night. And I appreciate you saying that, Ed. You're a real one. James says, I don't want Sheila pregnant. She's too old. Don't want Luna pregnant. That, because that is too much of a soap troll. Well, there you go, Ron. Okay. The legendary James has spoken. It is done. Ron says, by the way, Albert Bossa can't handle Candace Mack. He needs Viagra. Ron, never change. That's all I'm gonna say. Just never change. No, Ed, don't sit there and minimize what you said. Okay. Where the hell is my goddamn cat lady too? Because she sat there, she chastised me. Yep, I just need Viagra. I can't. I just. I don't have any. I don't have anything sarcastic to say about it. That's true, Jonathan. There's that. She doesn't need any more goddamn children. But apparently, I need Viagra. So Which, by the way, she chastised me for not coming on yesterday. I'm on today. Where the hell is she at? I'm gonna chastise her ass next time that she comes to my damn stream. What's it? Wednesday? That's right, Tracy. JLJ. Say what's up to JLJ. Is that so, Ed? Please tell me more. Tell me more. Have a good night, James. Great. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Um, well, James, I learned from the best. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you. You have a great night, James. Thank you. Thank you, James. Yes, hit that goddamn like button like James says. You know, if James says it, then it's true. So, seriously. What's good, Black Pink Mate? Listen, when you're here, you're on time. And apparently it's an actor from The Young and the Restless. Yeah, let's everyone say bye to James. Seriously. Thank you for stopping by. We do need Kyrie's in the chat, Spider Quake. We do. Yeah, let's everyone say bye to James. And I gotta check out that series on Amazon. Yeah, but he's an actor from The Young and the Restless. That's all I know about him. Yes, let's everyone say bye to James, seriously. Ron says, Cat Lady is at a doctor appointment. You should be there supporting her to find out what gender baby you both are having. She lied and said that Abby would never touch her. Oh God, Ryan, Ron, you're something else. It's the difference of opinion that white was and for other. I respect your opinion, Jay Blue. You know that. What's good, Jillian? The person on the plane better be Michael on his way to Porch. Yes, I am hyped. I am hyped, Jillian. You're not the only one. I don't want to sit there and make too much noise, but I'm very hyped on. How can a fight be lost when it's interrupted? Black Pink Me said, didn't he play? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Black Pink Me. He did. He was actually he was the last Noah because there was a person that did play him before. He was the last one. Jillian, that was literally the best part. That was literally the best part, Jillian. LaShawn says Xander packed some of his clothes and left the mansion. Yep. Ed says Sam, Brenda twice back in 2010 when they stopped her in 2013 when Carly tried her and Brenda reversed her move and secretly picked up Brenda, slapped Robin, her, and people stopped it. Hmm. Thank you, Ed. Now Johnson says the odd thing is Rory is still listed as a cast member in The Young and Restless. That's weird. Yeah, well, also it's not confirmed though too, right? It's not confirmed. Hmm, I don't know. Like I said, Nina whooped Carly's ass. It was a great and glorious day. It was so great that I would. It was Monday. It was Monday, and I wasn't even going to stream. But watching Carly get her ass whooped by Nina, that was everything. Never mind. Not anymore. Ron says, "Where's my girl Melinda? Trash. She just disappeared again." Right quick, we may be getting a new Michael. Ron says, "I want to know what Javi's character adds to the show. Representation." Jillian says it's about time we got an actual fight in the show. Long overdue. That's facts, baby. Okay, I feel like I should sit there and say this. Oh, but come on, it's Michael, not even my. If it wasn't Michael, I'll say Trina, my favorite character on Jade. Should never criticize her again. Okay, I'm just gonna sit there and say this because I see y'all two are debating, which debating is fine, Ryan and Spider-Quake. Um, have a good night, Jay Blue. It's great to see you. Thank you for joining. Just keep in mind that let's not let it get out of hand, Ryan and Spider-Quake, because I know both of y'all. All right, so as long as y'all keeping it civil, they say it's plenty of time. He's getting. As long as you keep it civil and Queen Akeisha. I gotta sit. Yeah, I gotta message you. Just stop by for a few. Okay. Um. Yeah, let's everyone say what's up to Queen Akeisha. We got celebrities in. We just had James, JLJ Media stop by, and then we have Queen Akeisha. I'm enjoying Paradise. I'm enjoying Paradise, Makisha. And I had an idea, and I'll say this now because I didn't get a chance to message you before. I'm thinking when I finish watching Paradise, because you watched it, you got me into it. If you have some time and whatever, maybe we could sit there and do a video about it. Yeah, I was like, maybe we could sit there and do like a video about it. If you're up for that and you have time and stuff like that, we can do a collab about it. Because I think it will be interesting. So just think about it, let me know. Jillian says, I know you just love the performance during it. I absolutely loved it. I don't have a sarcastic remark for that. I don't. I have no sarcastic remark for that. I was trying to think of a joke and I was like, nope, I don't have it. And it says, remember when Carly slapped Nina 2 years ago with that weak slap 2 years later? Nina said, hold my bear. Yes. She smacked her so I thought she was gonna hit the floor after that first hit. I was like, damn, Carly, I didn't know you were that weak. Girl, you better be walking around with a goddamn bodyguard. And he said, I'm down. I did a video on my channel when the final aired, but I love to chat more about it, rewatch and quote more stuff than the first time. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. All right. That's the song. That's the song. I'm very excited about that. because I'm liking it so far. I am. I do feel like I'm watching Randall. I would say one thing. I feel like I'm watching Randall Pearson still. I feel like Cherry Ice Cream was good. I feel like I'm watching Randall Pearson. I feel like it's and I'm not gonna spoil the show because I do want people to watch it, but I'm like that's not Xavier. That's Randall Pearson. What are you talking about? I don't care how many curses that man uses. That man is still Randall Pearson. He said Nina had a bruise. Carly didn't. Just saying, I wish the fight would have been better. I don't see why they need stunt doubles for that. I'm not going to challenge you because you're. He said, I like Sterling King, strong actor. He's Randall Pearson. Come on, he's Randall Pearson. Let's just be real. Oh, Ron, if you're still in the chat, Nikisha's here. Almost all of Port Charles is horrible people. That's true. I still haven't watched the last season of This Is Us. That's cool. Why is that, Don? Now, okay, now I'm actually kind of curious. Why haven't you actually watched it? It says, it really was like Alexis was talking to a little girl with Christina today. The more I think about that scene, yeah, yeah, it was pretty bad. No, but it's on my radar now. It's actually on my radar. We got Queen Jess in the chat. What's good, Jess? There we go. And that comment is for you, Nikisha. Now, Janice says Beyond the Gates have gotten a bit boring currently. Yeah, I've been, it's odd. I've been, that's right. It's Queen Jess, and like I said, Spider and Ryan. Let's keep things civil. Spider and Ryan. Not a fan of repeating myself. But what'd you throw to the soap stuff, Jess? I get it, Spider. But let's just keep it civil. Let's keep it civil. Yeah, I'm very curious about that, Jess. I personally like the gays the best today. In case I keep forgetting, plus I don't like crying for this. Yeah, that's a reason. that's that's a good reason. And Janet says, Nikisha, how are you doing? Great, you're here tonight. Um, I get that spot. I get that. I just, I'm trying to make sure things don't get out of hand. That's all. You know me, Spider. Making sure everything is keeping it civil on PC. Yeah, me either. I I am definitely looking forward to it. When I saw, like I said, when I saw it, let's put it this way: dude was on a private plane. He was on a private plane, so you know that man's on a mission. He's not, and that's the thing though. He's not there watching Willow and Drew kiss. Like I can't wait for my, just to have my family with him. And you know that Michael must have been steaming. I think it's pretty much confirmed. Curtis is a joke of a husband. Why? Why? That's what, that's what I'm gonna sit there and say. Why? As says, now that Lois knows Lulu knows, do you think Lulu's going to get Lois to tell Dante or do it herself? That's a damn good question. That's a damn good question. Do you know? Jess says, I don't even like Portia, but damn, you're not going to help her. I mean, he didn't say he wasn't going to help her. Okay, here's the thing, and I said this to Spider. He's upset, and rightfully so, because she didn't just compromise herself, she compromised him as well. Oh, that's her new last name, Ron? Nikisha Moore Tremaine. Okay. Um, he's acting like a B talking about you lied and you manipulated me. But did Portia not lie and manipulate her? Him? Did Portia not lie and manipulate him? What are you doing? I don't understand. You act like that's not what she did. She did sit and try to manipulate him, and she did sit there and lie to him. So I don't understand. Like I don't understand. Like in case Portia should listen to Ava. If Ava Jerome tells you to be honest, you should be honest because Ava loves to lie. Ava was the voice of reason. Exactly. When Ava's the voice of goddamn reason, you know that's the problem. The point is to help your wife what you not understanding. You can help your wife and still be upset. He didn't. And when did he sit there and say, "I'm not going to help you because you lied to me"? I don't remember that being part of his vocabulary. You're crying about being manipulated as a big ass grown man. Somebody sat there and manipulated you. How would you feel? Implying it is not saying it though. That's interpreting something. I can sit there and say something. You can say something to me, but not actually. You can say something to people, not necessarily interpret it. But it's close to it. Close does not mean that I'm implying it isn't 100% confirmation, but it's close to it. Well, and two, he actually says, I'm not saying he can't be mad, but damn, help her. I don't remember him sitting there saying he wasn't going to help her. I don't remember him sitting there saying, you know what, Porsche, you've been lying to you, manipulating me. I'm not going to help you out this mess. But he did sit there and call her out on her shit. And I think that's something that any reasonable person that's just now being told the truth would do. Nobody likes a liar, just nobody. Now, And why did Portia say not to give up on the marriage? He was ready to walk out. Was he ready to walk out? Did she fear that he was going to walk out? Maybe that was her interpretation. But he did, yeah, he did sit there and say you ruined our marriage. He didn't sit there and say we can't sit there and fix this, but you lying and stuff like that is not helping. This isn't the first time that she sat there and lied. I don't. But okay, all right, all right. As I said, Portia did this to herself. I don't feel sorry for her. Always on her high horse and looking and look at her now. It is bringing the facts. Bringing the facts. Okay, I guess I can blame you, Jess. All right, let me take a drink. Hold on. Just 1 second. Oh, just says again. I'm not saying he can't help. Okay, again, I'm not saying he can't be mad. Like you're missing the point. The point is that you sitting there saying that he should help her, and what I'm sitting there saying is that he never said that he wasn't going to help her, and he never said that he was actually going to walk out on her. Two marriages on two different soaps are on the rocks. What's the other one? Spikequake says, Albert, you won't beat Jess in this debate. First of all, Spiderquake, you know what? I'm not going to be an asshole. You're not going to bait me into that. Nope, 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 no, no, no. Oh, GH and Days. Yes, with Xander and Sarah. Mm-mm. You ain't going to do that, Spiderquake. Nope. Yeah, his ass almost got me. His ass almost got me. Ah, Spider, you got to be a little more smarter than that. Try again, my friend. Try again. Let's see what he's doing. I can hold my liquor, so trust me. Try again. But you know what? Don't try it. Fuck it. Don't try it. As says, we know Curtis is going to help Portia, but he has the right to hold her feet to the fire. It was the other way around. I would expect Portia to do the same. Thank you, Ed, the voice of reason. Francis says, do you think Sarah will be upset when Philip wakes up? Yes. But see, my whole thing is, here's a question for you. Let me get your ass in a minute. Hold on. I'll get you a little smart ass in a minute. You want to say shame on you, Albert, letting Spider bait you like that. He didn't. But I'm. Oh, so Jonathan, I got a question for you. Do you think that Sarah was right to lie to Xander about the Philip thing? Do you think that Sarah was ultimately right for lying to Xander about the Philip thing after today's episode? You know, that's a real good question, Spider. That's a real good question. How do you feel about that situation? That's what I said. That's a real good question. I'm glad you asked that, Spider. Nikisha, is Portia going to seek comfort from Isaiah? The actress wants the character to get pregnant. Could we get a chocolate baby? Yeah, Ryan, we actually did talk about that for a hot minute. And the theory is that Drew isn't Drew, but he's really Shiloh. That's the little fan theory that they got out there. Ryan, about that. Oh, you actually watched that? Wow, Jess, you're amazing. You actually watched that? We in all the celebrities tonight. Like I said, Nikisa James was here earlier, JOJ Media. Well, let's put it this way. Um, I'm glad you asked that, Ryan, because I knew he was going to ask that, and I already had an answer waiting for you too. Guess what my answer was going to be, Ryan? I'll tell you what. I have nothing to do with it, but guess what my answer is going to be? I said, look at God. He do it. Have a good night, Ed. It was great to see you, and thank you for coming in, bringing the facts, being logical. I appreciate that, Ed. Let me do my lovely clap, as Jess once said. Thank you, Ed. Johnson says, well, there are two answers to that. One, no, Xander is her husband, and two is understandably yes, because of Xander's violent nature and her proving her point. There we go. This is so bad. Yes, I want you to know right now, this is the reason why Cat Lady is so sassy because of you. Okay? So I blame you for that. Just as Gio was great with his violin, but those other performances were cringe. I do too. I do too, Spider. So yeah, that's your fault. I'm blaming you for that whole goddamn thing, Jess. You know, it's funny, Jess. I did sit there and say, like, why did he sit there and dress Brooklyn in the most absurd and ugliest shit possible? I didn't notice that. I don't know why I didn't notice that yesterday, but like, and Spider says Lulu looked hot today. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Ryan. Let me check it out. Okay. Well, the point is, Ryan. Yeah, I would. I like messy characters, Ryan. That's the short answer of it. Oh, damn, damn, Gus. Jess is playing. Let me take her out. Jess is playing Take No Prisoners tonight. You like what kind? Oh, I like messy characters, Ryan. I like messy characters. Ryan says, I mean, no, I like messy characters, Ryan. Ryan says, Albert, when Jory returns to Salem, she better not tell that player Alex anything about the baby being his. Why not? That's messed up. Ryan. I don't like Lulu Clay. I mean, I get that, but Yeah, I know you don't like Lulu. I get that part, but Jesus fucking Christ, girl. You, I mean, do you normally go for the juggler? Like, should I be scared of you? I mean, I'm not scared of anyone, but should I be scared of you, Jess? You acknowledge that Shiloh was evil, though, right? Yeah, usually most cult leaders are. Ryan, say yes. You know, Jess, it's funny because Janet was not there asking. Okay, that was funny. I appreciate that. That wow. Um, Janet was not there asking, what does everyone think about Willow's hair? So you're clearly on the side that don't like Willow's hair. Okay, Ryan. Johnson says, what do you think of Tracy getting arrested? I don't know why he decided to lie on Tracy when he knows who did it. I don't get it. I don't understand that. It's ugly. Oof, it's interesting. Oh, Jess, fuck it. Did you watch Beyond the Gates? Damn, girl, you have to get a you gotta have to get a YouTube channel at some point. Jess. You gotta have to get a YouTube channel. But what do you think of Beyond the Gates, Jess? If you watched it, Allison, that's good, Allison. Friday first about Jess. I was so upset. Willow was a 10 and dropped to a. How did she drop to a 3? Like, I, okay, it wasn't a decent episode. Okay, Jess, let me tell you something about Chelsea. Chelsea can go away, and I wouldn't care. I said this in my review, Jess, but I would sit there and watch Cat for 10 hours, then watch Chelsea for 2 minutes. Allison says, "Are they recasting Michael for sure?" And no, it's not. It's not for sure. It's just a rumor at this point. Allison, nothing has been confirmed yet. But I'm so done with Chelsea. What the Ron says because he doesn't deserve to expand farther of the year. She just needs to focus on herself. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not a fan of that, but okay. Just says I must have missed something because when did she have a crush on that girl? And why did she expect her to leave her husband? That's what I go listening to saying, Jess. That's exactly what I was listening to saying. Your dumbass that thing got involved with a married couple. The thing is, she sat there and said that she wanted to do more things with just her. And the chick agreed with it. But at the end of the day, you are messing with a married couple. So ultimately, you got exactly like what do you think is going to wind up happening? So she gets upset and she goes to the club and she goes to the country club. She listens to Bill, dumbass, who think he is now the center of the universe. Oh, you're only kissing Pam to sit there and make me jealous. Bill, what is you and your dumbass wife doing there in the first place? Chelsea, being the idiot that she is, believes her and starts going off on Danny. And I'm like, girl, you can just go. You're I don't honestly think that Chelsea's actually even needed for this show, if we're gonna be honest. Ryan, if we're gonna be honest, I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't care. I get what you're sitting there saying and people don't like Drew and blah 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 blah. I don't care. Like I don't give a shit. I mean it is what it is. Um they're all a bunch of hypocrites themselves. They all have done bad things and I really don't give a shit. But that's just me. Just said, damn, LOL, she's not that bad. No, she's Leslie's actually worse. She is. I'm just gonna be honest, Spider. I'm not gonna sit there and start sugarcoating shit. Um, we ain't doing that tonight. Leslie is annoying and she is basuda, but like I don't care. Like she came on this high horse. Oh, and apparently that's yeah, we're not gonna sit there and sugarcoat shit. We not just said Chelsea was just hurt, but hopefully we can move on. They have her in these boring storylines. Jess, you have way more compassion than I do. I will sit there and give you that. You have more. She has more compassion than I do. You're an awesome person, Jess. Jess, you have you have more compassion than I do. And I'm a goddamn villain, so that's saying something. Flaker says and how you feel about their struggles. Oh, um, Ashley don't deserve a good man. Ashley does not deserve a good man. Let me, and I'm glad you asked me that, Spider. She don't deserve a good man. Let me tell you something. Ashley is the type of woman that would turn a good man into an asshole. Okay, I don't know how Jess feels about. Yeah, I don't care, Ryan. Like I already moved on. Um, she's she's the type of person. Yeah, seriously, Jess, she's the type of person that turns good men into assholes, right? And it annoyed me today with Andre because the thing is, she realized that she fucked up. Okay, fine. You did all this nitpicking, all this bullshit or whatever, and you fucked up. Andre is not letting this woman hold her accountable for her actions. You fucked up. Cool. She won't listen to Derek, who, when he talks, just ignore it. Listen, I'm not sitting there saying that she claims she loves Derek, and I believe that. I just don't think she's in love. I mean, in spite of it, I'm not going to get all philosophical about it, but there's a difference between loving someone and being in love with someone. Um, but I didn't like Andre not allowing her to hold her accountable for her actions because she realized that she fucked up. I also don't. Yeah, I don't think she loves him anymore. But see, that's my other thing though. Like, there's a point where Ashley calls Derek, and Derek does not go back to. I don't know. Oh, fuck it. Naomi actually said this something that was really interesting. She was like, "It's not that we don't have fights. You just have to know how to fight, right? There's never a point in a relationship. There's never a point in a relationship where you should have to sit there and hold your shit in. Hold your stuff that you got to sit there and say to someone in. But there's a way to go about it. And I actually clearly went about it in the worst possible way. Ron says he was good at Noah Ryan. He was good at Noah. I think that he will. I think ultimately, Ryan, that he will be a decent Michael, but I think we're gonna have to sit there and give him some leg because he's taking on a role that people have liked Chad Doolin for years. So that's what I was sitting there and saying. Right? I think that he can be a decent Michael because they ain't really give him much to work with. We just have to sit there and give him some leg room before we start, dropping a hammer on him. Ron says Vivian can tell Xan the truth about the forgery, but won't tell Gabby that she is responsible for Stefan disappearing and forging his signature. Why not come clean? Um, Keep her in the dark as a mystery, you know. Spicer says, at least it seems Doug Vanessa is patching things up. I hope Doug confesses. Doug is a cuck. I'm actually feeling more and more hopeful about it, although I will miss Chad a lot. Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? I like Chad Do as an actor. I think he was a decent. I think that he was a good Michael. He was a decent actor, but I want him to sit there and concentrate on the stuff that matters to him, the stuff that's important to him. Spider Dog is a cock. Okay, I think this is the first time. Yeah, I do too, Allison. I think this is the first time that we actually seen an actual cock on a soap opera. Okay? That's what I think. She literally, he literally knows that she's out there sleeping with other men, and he's just like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, it's whatever. It's fine. What? Yeah, what the is wrong with you? She out there sitting there sleeping with other men, and you just cool with that? Fucking universe that we live. Okay. Hey, Jess, are you still in the chat? You need to leave for his mental health. Yeah, I'm just like, what the? I don't know, Jess. Yeah, I know this is like a male thing, but like that should just like that shit just bothers me. No, I'm not. Oh, okay, cool. So, here's the thing, Jess, and you already know this is coming, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Jess, if I get a hangover, it's your fault. Ryan says, "What do you think of JJ on days? Do you like his character?" Actually, I do. I like his character because he's not dealing with an immature ass woman like Gabby. Gabby sat there and tried to play games and want to sit there and try to make him jealous. And JJ just decided to just step back and he's like, I'm not dealing with that. So I like the fact that he's like he's not dealing with an immature little girl. Right. Other than that, he is a sad, poor excuse for Stefan. Likewise says Doug worried about his life. This dude Joey's coming from. I mean, he should be. Um, yeah, Ryan. That's the thing. Sometimes like you can't be sitting there giving in to manipulation and shit. Can't. He's a good guy, but he knows not to sit there and be pushed around them. That's the thing. He knows not to be pushed around. We need Michael to be like, who sucks as a stepfather? I want the chat to sit there and answer that shit because that's a good one. I want the chat to sit there and answer that shit. I'm gonna think about that for a hot minute. Ron says Albert Vivian should say to Gabby face that Stefan has moved on. Thanks to me having him kidnapped and forging his signature. Then what is she going to do about it? Um, well, she's Gabby and she's emotionally unstable, so some sort of violent act, I imagine, some sort of violent act. But Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. I just I don't get why you want to know. Like I don't get why you want her to tell. I thought you would just say a character such as stepfather. I thought you just said a character. No, no, I was just saying like who sucks as a stepfather. I mean, right now I know who sucks as a mother. Um, Carly's in there, but she's not. I guess Carly would be actually be number one. But Leslie is up there though too. Like Leslie sucks as a mother. Damn, Jess. I had some clips. I had some clips I was there sharing in the members live stream. Oh yeah, Kyrie's is actually streaming tonight. Let me pop in his shit for a minute. Jess says Leslie is worse than Carly. I I I'm curious on how. I'm not I feel bad for you, but no, I'm curious on how. I'm not even saying that they're trying to purposely bash Carly. I just want to know how. Rand says no before that after you said that someone substance and stuff like that. That's why I was asking that question. Oh no. I might have said that, but I've been drinking tonight, so I could have said a lot of things. So yeah, I could have said a lot of things. I've been drinking tonight. I'm my bad, Ryan. I just how. I mean, don't get me wrong. Leslie tried to pin her crime on her daughter. Michael got in a coma for years because Carly decided to go out with a mobster, right? And because of that relationship, now he is, and now because of that relationship, and he felt I had no issues with Jocelyn telling running off. Okay, that's cool. Jess, this is a very serious question, and I would okay, I would love to sit there and hear your answer. Do you remember a person named Tiger? I vaguely remember him, Spider. He was bald. He was drinking like there was no tomorrow, and then he was called um her forever dad. It, yeah, but I want to hear how you think. Oh, Daisy Flower, how are you doing? Let's be nice, Spider Quake. But thank you for letting me know because Allison's and Daisy Flowers icon is both in orange. Daisy Flower. You know, it's funny, Spider. I said that in my review. There's a movie called The Forgotten. Um, if you don't know that, then it's kind of hard to reference it. Okay, good, Spider. Let's just be nice. Just says, well, Carly fights for her kids and doesn't try to pin murders on them. That's true. That's true. But Michael got hurt twice because Carly chose to be with a mobster. So what do you have to say about that, my lady? I'm good, Daisy. How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a good day. It's good to see you again. Yeah, we just getting all sorts of people back into the fold. Holy shit. Allison says, I love Carly. In real life, she would be a terrible person. Well, thank you, Allison S., for saying that. I appreciate your comments. Just says she makes bad choices in men for sure, but she directly never hurt her kid. Okay, I will give you. I will give you. You know what? I will give you that. I will give you that. I will give you that. Spy Critics says the only problem I have for Carly is the storyline. She is overstepping. Yeah, no, listen, I got to give credit where credit's due, Allison. Johnson says Carly chooses to be with someone with a dangerous life. Leslie herself is dangerous. Hmm. Michael Baldwin in the chat has a point. By the way, Michael Baldwin may not be working with Victor Newman anymore. So we'll talk about that as well, Jonathan. Ryan says, Albert, if Stephanie escapes and comes back to Salem, how will he explain to Gabby what his mother did to break up their marriage, and will she take him back? Well, she will definitely take him back. I don't know the explanation of how he's going to do it, but she will definitely take him back, though. Daisy Flowers says, all soap characters would be terrible people in real life. Well, not all. I don't think Michael will be a terrible person. I don't think Michael will be a terrible person in real life. Would you want E.G. as a father? Yeah, yeah, I would. I mean, listen, fathers like mothers are not always perfect people, but E.J. does have some good redeeming qualities. E.J. would have some good redeeming qualities. But that's true. Yeah, that's true. So is Luke Spencer. So is Luke Spencer, right? Right, Daisy Flower, and people love him. Nope, Brian, I'm not. Molly would be. Yeah, that's true, Allison. Molly would be a good person. You have a great night, Jonathan. Thank you for joining, Jonathan and Michael Baldwin in the chat. You have a great night, and I will see you in the next stream. Thank you, my friend. Brian, why don't you tell me how I'm contradicting myself? That's true, Allison. Molly will be a Karen. Okay, I like that. I like that, Daisy Flower. Molly will be a Karen. I like that. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Jocelyn isn't horrible. I don't know who actually said that Jocelyn was horrible. Trina's good. No, Trina's a good person. She didn't actually annoy me today. I was just saying who isn't a bad person. Oh, Laura isn't. Yeah. Oh, who isn't a bad person? Okay. Okay. Is Carly the best mom? And oh, yeah, that's true, Daisy. That's true. I mean, I don't necessarily like Carly as a mother at times. I think that Michael has had a lot of stuff happen to him because of Carly, but she's definitely up there. She might. I have to sit there. She might actually be the worst. Like, I'm not even gonna sit there and sugarcoat that shit. She might actually be the worst. Ron says also Gabby will take stepping back, but what about the fake censor? Do you think do they have a redo is over by going to the court to get or redo it? I don't I don't understand the question. Redo it. Redo what? Daisy says Brooklyn is the worst. Jess says, how is Carly the worst? You just talking to talk. I'm not talking to talk, sweet. I'm not talking to talk, Jess. Carly is among the worst, if not the worst. Michael's a goddamn proof of how Carly is the worst. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, but she left him with a good man. Just Mac is a good man. Okay, she didn't sit there and decide to shock up with a goddamn mobster. She didn't sit there and shock up with a goddamn mobster. And my whole thing is like after Michael got in a coma the first time, you would think that any rational, reasonable person in a right goddamn uh what did I say I was wrong, Jess? Any person in their reasonable, rational mind would be like, you know what, Sonny, I can't do this. We can't be together. Rage bait. Okay, so what Jess really said was that I was speaking facts. Yeah, that's what she said. She said I was speaking facts. Thank you, Jess. I agree with myself. And I'm glad you agree, too. Michael is literally proof. That's okay. That's what you meant to say, Ryan. Listen, I get that she loves Michael. I'm not saying she doesn't, but like her love has caused Michael so much pain and heartache that I don't understand what you and Queen Jess is what they're saying. Marlena raised Sammy. That's true. She's a mess. She's a mess, Daisy. Ron says redo it over, meaning that they might have to remarry or go to the courthouse. Uh, I mean, yeah, I guess. Maybe you're right, Ron. It was a forgery. I mean, or they could just sit there and just get remarried again. So Daisy, what you're saying is because Marlena raised Sammy, and Sammy is what she ever do to her kid stuff, Daisy. That's true. But here's the thing, though. Hope is not in a coma. Hope was never in a coma, was she? She was never in a coma because a bullet that was meant for her dad came at her, right? doesn't treat her kids like horse manure. Well, shacking up with a guy with a violent history. I don't know. I don't know. Rick was thrown was throwing Rick was thrown off of the building. Rick was thrown off of the building. I don't know who that is. Rick from are you talking about being big? Like I don't know that. So why don't you tell me that if you don't mind, Daisy? Very curious about your. Oh, I'm bold and beautiful. Rick was thrown off a building. Wait, Brooke. Wait, okay. So you sent this saying that Brooke threw. No, 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 Ryan. I'm not. I am definitely not going to stop. That's what I'm not going to do. Clearly don't know me too well. If you think I'm going to stop, but like I said, Ryan is not. I get what your Smith is saying, and I can see where your logic is coming from. Carly fights for her kids. I can see. Here's the thing. I can see all the good stuff that she's done for her kids. Right. So I'm not going to fully shit on her, but yeah. Daisy Fez, Rick and Ridge were fighting, and pushed Ridge pushed off the building. Oh wow. I'm a little lost about how Brooke is still like a bad. I mean, I'm not just saying that she's a good mother. Like she definitely screwed up. Like she messed with her daughter's boyfriend, and that's how Hope got born. So no one's not there. I never said Carly is the worst. No, I said that Carly is the worst. But I get what you're saying. They're talking about Brooke. Though. Ryan says, "How will Belle feel if Kat and AJ starts going out and then start sleeping together? I can tell he was going to cry to Marlena saying that you were right. Yeah, I mean if that happens, but what makes you think that's going to happen, Ron? I mean, don't you know that EJ is a good, upstanding citizen now? Brooke will always choose Ridge over her children. Okay, let's just sit there and say you're right about that. Michaels has been hurt twice. I don't, you know, I feel like we're missing the glaring elephant in the goddamn room. Allison says Carly put herself and her wants and needs before her kids when they were all still look. Oh, yes, Allison. Allison S. Allison S. Who's coming in with the fire? Appreciate that, Allison S. Ryan says to be clear, I get what you're saying about Carly. She has definitely made some bad mistakes, but she's never done anything intentionally. The problem, I think that matters. I don't think it matters. Because here's the thing it doesn't matter if you have good intentions or not, if your good intentions is leading to somebody else's downfall. You can't sit there and say, well, I tried, I had good intentions, but my son got shot. But I had good intentions because I got her away from AJ. So I had good intentions. Like, come on, seriously? Nobody cares how much good intentions you have if you have shit results. And you know that, Ryan. You know that. Come on, Ryan. But we can agree to disagree. Never mind. I'm not gonna sit there and sit there and remember my position about is addict and obsessed delusional woman who needs therapy. That's not healthy. Seriously, Allison S., you're coming in with the facts, and I appreciate you. You need to be here more often, Allison S. An obsessed delusional woman, she needs therapy. It's not healthy. How does Ryan? How does Belle needs? How is Belle delusional and she needs and she's addicted and she needs therapy? Yes, exactly. There you go, Ryan. You did it. Glad we agree on that. Glad we agree on that. Let's see what the hell Kyrie's is doing. I feel like by the time I go on Kyrie's stream, he's going to be already done. Damn, what time did you start? I was just about to sit there and go on Kyrie's stream, and I'm like, he's already closed now. I know, Wink. I was just about to go in there, and then I saw him snip to saying goodnight to people. I'm like, all right. Ron says EG Demeritt and Cat will be good for each other because Belle needs to do her effing. Oh, she needs to do her effing job. Okay. Okay, Ryan. This is a great observation. She needs to do her. Belle needs to do her effing job. Allison says, I'm on the West Coast, so I usually miss your streams. Oh, it's cool. It's cool, Allison. I'm glad you was able to join tonight. I have no idea what time. Allison, what time are you on? I mean, Allison, what's your time right now? Ron says Kyrie's is and ranting with Ricardo's bed. Okay, Ron, you make sure you tell Kyrie's that when you're in the stream, okay? That's what I want you to do, Ron. I want you to sit there and say that exact same sentence to Kyrie's. 7:32. Okay. 3 hours behind. Thank you, Rank. You're awesome. Wow, that is 3 hours behind. I would still rather deal with someone who has good intentions for bad results. That, that I'm gonna be honest. That sounds like you're gonna be fucked either way. But hey, I'd rather be fucked by somebody. I'd rather sit there and be screwed by somebody who has good intentions that's still gonna screw me over, as somebody who has bad intentions who's gonna screw me over. Is that serious? Is that seriously your logic? Is that what you're going to sit there and stand on? I'd rather deal with somebody who has good intentions that's ultimately going to screw me over as somebody who has bad intentions who's going to screw me over. That's is that is that the bridge you want to sit there and stand on, Ryan? Allison says, I'm in California and never gets home before 3 my time during the week. Okay. I'm glad you're here. Yes, man. Thank you, Allison. Well, when you put it like that, I can't help but agree. I just that. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna need a good laugh tomorrow. To when I wake up. Hold on. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's the money shot right there. Thank you. That's good. Like I said, Allison, credit is what credit is due. You are on fire tonight. And Ryan, that was good. That was good. I will definitely cherish that comment and have fun. Rereading it in the morning. So thank you, Ryan. Provide a very good source of entertainment. Allison says, yeah, lots of people have good intentions from their perspective. Yes, that's true. I never heard of it that way. That's that's yeah. Ron says, name one thing that Bell has done since being appointed district attorney. Nothing. Only thing that she's done is going to the Maris manager and screw with EJ. That's her job. Damn, Brian, I have this really sinking feeling that you don't like Bell. Brian says, I think that I was trying to be make a good general statement that it's easy to forgive mistakes if the person means well. I get that. I do. Um, that is so not how that came across as, but I get what you're saying. That was good. Wink says, question if you block someone in the chat, is it blocking them only in the chat or blocking them on YouTube as a whole? It's blocking them on YouTube as a whole. Yeah, it's blocking them on YouTube as a whole. Yeah. But from my perspective, if I block anyone, I can still sit there and look them up. I admit that my delivery of that was way clunky. No, Ryan, do not apologize, okay? I love to laugh, and I think that comment is going to provide me with a good source of entertainment. So don't you dare apologize for that, okay? Shit. It's going to be a day I'm going to be bored at work, and I'm going to sit there and be like, damn, I need some source of entertainment. I'm going to go right to that comment. So don't you dare apologize for that shit, because that was good. I'm not going to allow you to apologize for that. Like Victor Newman, I will not allow it. Sorry, you're laughing at me. Oh, I mean, well, I was laughing at you now, but I will laugh at you tomorrow when I wake up in the morning when I'm about to go get my caffeine. And then again, when I'm at work and I'm bored, I'm like, God damn, I'll laugh then. So I do appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you. Well, as fun as this has been, thank you, Ryan, for the great entertainment. Seriously, thank you. But yeah, as fun as this has been, I think we're gonna set the end the stream here. And I do gotta wake up. I don't have to wake up early, but I would like to sit there and wake up and kind of get these soaps going and not have to feel like I'm rushing throughout the day. So yes, have you seen? I have, Ryan, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you've seen it too. Because we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that, Ryan. We're gonna talk about that in the next stream. So I hope that you're here for that. That'd be awesome. Have a good night, Wink. Have a good night, Ron. Have a good night, Ryan. Okay, I'm gonna have to say because now I have two people R's in it. This is my chat. Now I'm about to call you. I'm about to call you. Okay, good, Ryan. And we're gonna sit there and talk about that in the next stream. So hopefully I'll see you in the next stream, Ryan. Have a good night, Allison. Have a good night, Ryan. Have a good night, Wink. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night. Um, yes, have a good night, Ron. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Wink. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Acacia. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Um, Going to bed. That's what my ass is doing too. I'm going to bed, man. We got to get better with those R's. Ron and Ryan is gonna fuck up my damn vocabulary. Have a good night, everyone else. You know who you are. The nuclear that came through, like Tech. I appreciate you, Jonathan. Oh, he went to bed early. Anybody else who I Monique and Darby. Anybody else who I miss, you know who you are. And I look forward to seeing you in the next stream. Laters.